Man United have just beaten Man City 2-1 at Old Trafford. Forget the formalities. This is the Between the Lines podcast. What a game. What a performance. Man were trying to tell me City were going to pump us at Old Trafford again. Like usual. Like Ten Hag said, eras come to an end. Manchester United 2-1 Old Trafford. Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes got a natural assist. City thought they'd take the lead and beat us at Old Trafford under Ten Hag. Are you mad? Oh boy, does it feel good to be right. What did I say in the match preview? I said Man United were going to win 2-1. I said Rashford was going to score. And you lot doubted me. I had people in the Insta DMs laughing at man, saying I'm delusional. Manchester United have just beaten the champions Man City. Oh, spent 1 billion in the team. Oh, Pep Guardiola's going to spend another 500 million on fullbacks right now because he's upset because he lost to United. Oh, I've got ridiculous tactics before the game. Pep Guardiola, your time has come to an end. This is Ten Hag's time. This is Man United's time. We are back. How many points off the time? How many points off City are we now? Is it 2 points? Arsenal, bring them on. Crystal Palace, bring them on. We are not finished this season. We are not finished as a club. Manchester United are back. Get the Glazers out and we are back even more. How can we even be better than this with the Glazers gone as well? Let's get into the game. This is my match reaction. My name's Adnan. This is the Between the Lines podcast. I'm your host. Let's talk about the game. There's a lot to get into. Goosebumps in my skin right now. Let's talk about the game, people, man. I'm going to follow the normal flow I usually do for the match reactions. We'll talk about the starting lineup. Boy, when Ten Hag put Bruno on the right again and he put Fred in the CM position with Casemiro, let me calm down a little. He put Fred in the with Casemiro. He put Bruno on the right. He put Martial back up front. And he stuck with Luke Shaw, which I was a bit nervous by because I thought Martinez, you know how good he is. You know how aggressive he is. But I had to respect Ten Hag's decision. He obviously thought Martinez wasn't match fit yet. Fair enough. The only thing is, we've seen before Bruno on the right-hand side. A lot of United fans were not too greatly in love with that yet. But we'll talk about it anyway. Let's get into the positives of the game. Alright, let me talk about the first half first, because first half I thought we played pretty well, contained City. I feel like City came out really nervous, and I think that was because of the Old Trafford atmosphere as well, and also the way we contained them and we kept attacking them down the left. I just think that City didn't really have an answer to our play in the first half, and big praise goes to Malacia, who from the first moment he got a chance to take out Mahrez and put some pressure on him, he did it. And I genuinely think this was Malacia, especially defensively, this was Malacia's best game by a long way. His maturity in this game, his aggressiveness, his reading of the ball, getting onto Mahrez. Mahrez is on top form, don't forget that. And this is Malacia, his first season in the Prem, and he's genuinely kept him on lock for about 80 minutes of the game. I didn't really see Mahrez be effective until like the last 10-15. Malacia, great performance, very assured on the ball as well. And in general, I thought from the whole team, our intricate passes and building our way through City's press was very good in the first half, and we kept attacking them down the left, getting behind Walker, getting behind Rodri. And I think City just were a bit surprised by that. So great play to the team for the first half, especially. Very composed performance. And I thought Martial was linking up well, nice little 1-2s off the striker, passing off to Casemiro and then moving it on. Maybe just obviously lacking a bit of sharpness, and obviously he did get subbed off in the end, so clearly he wasn't 100% match fit. But I think his hold-up play was well. If only he could push on a little more. And that's the difference. You know, when Anthony come on, obviously this is the first time we've seen Anthony in the middle up front. The difference between Martial and Anthony is his intensity, and I love that about Anthony. Obviously he's not being the greatest on the ball at the moment, unfortunately, but you see in the second half when he come on, his desire to win the ball back, even if it's not in our possession, you can see that he's so hungry to get the ball back, and that's what you need, especially against teams like City. You need to be pressing from the front, and I don't think Martial gave us enough of that, but that's why Anthony performed well in the second half when he came on. I thought, obviously, how can I forget, Fred's work rate in the first half as well was excellent. His defensive tackles as well was great. Got into De Bruyne every time De Bruyne was on the ball. Barely gave him any time on the ball. Great performance from Fred overall. And that's a good decision from Ten Hag, clearly. He made the right decision to play Fred, and it worked off. I thought Eriksen, especially in that first half, so classy on the ball. I don't remember him losing. I don't know what his passing accuracy was, but he very rarely lost the ball. Always made the right decision on the ball. Great first half from Christian Eriksen especially. And then let's take it on to the decisive half, the second half. And to be honest, I'm going to speak about it a little bit in the negatives, but we come out very slow, allowed Man City to dominate possession and control the ball, and they build up their intensity because of that, and obviously they got the goal, but we're going to come to that in a bit. Second half, Anthony comes on, makes it a lot more intense. Obviously, the first 20 minutes, City get a goal, whatever. Casemiro, I'm going to speak about him in the negatives today, which I don't do often. But the pass to find Rashford, obviously Rashford's offside, but the awareness from Rashford and Bruno Fernandes to know that Rashford is offside and to not touch the ball, and for Bruno to finish it off like that, and all the people that say Bruno can't score against big teams, against the big six, doesn't get goals and assists against the big six, where are you now? A goal against the reigning champions Manchester City with an unbelievable finish. Edison's a very good one-on-one shot stopper. Let's not get it twisted, yeah? What a finish over the keeper. Side foots at home, composure. And then I'm going to carry on with the theme of Bruno Fernandes, because that second goal, don't forget who started that attack. Bruno Fernandes, who found Garnacho with a no-look pass, basically. He's on this side, Garnacho's on that side. The vision to find Garnacho with that pass, the weight of the pass, the angle of the pass, unbelievable. Unbelievable, genuinely unbelievable. Please do not forget about Bruno Fernandes. Do not sleep on Bruno Fernandes. What an unbelievable pass. Great vision to find Garnacho. And one more thing, Garnacho, yeah? He could have very well easily been offside there. Because a lot of the time in the first half, Martial, Rashford, they was found offside quite a few times. Even the City players found offside quite a few times. Garnacho, if you watch that goal back, held his run. You can see he was about to go offside. Held it a little bit more just to wait for the Bruno pass, because he knew Bruno can find him. He knows Bruno can see him. And he's found him. The first touch, immaculate. How is Garnacho's first touch every time when the ball comes on the bounce or however on the floor, in the air, his first touch is ridiculously good. The kid is 19. Alejandro Garnacho, Viva Garnacho, running down the wing. Hear United sing, Viva Garnacho. All right, sorry, I got carried away. Touch. First tried to get a shot in, didn't quite pay off. Then he gets it onto his left foot. He's taken on Carl Walker, by the way. This is one of the Premier League's greatest right backs, probably ever, realistically. He's taken on Carl Walker, and he's taken him to the right, takes it onto his left, puts in an unbelievable cross into the path of the Don, the absolute GOAT. I'm about to say some wild shit right now. The absolute baller that no one can stop in the world right now. The most on-form player in the world right now. Dr. Marcus Rashford, MBE. With an easy finish for him, to be honest, through Edison's legs. The positioning of Rashford. That's a poacher's goal. To stay on side behind Garnacho and the ball, and to finish that off, the awareness to get behind the defender, finish it off with a clinical finish through the keeper's legs, side foot, opening up his body, side foot into the goal. Marcus Rashford, 9 consecutive home goals at Old Trafford. The only player in history to do it, joint with Wayne Rooney. Please, can we show some respect? Rival fans, if you're watching this, please show some respect to Marcus Rashford. I've had enough of the slander. I've had enough of, Man United haven't had a big test. Rashford hasn't had a big test. He's doing it against Wolves and Nottingham and Bournemouth and relegation teams. Hello, where are you now? The respect better be as loud as the disrespect was. I'm getting a phone call from Shahan right now. Yes, my brother, what are you saying? But.
Listen, I want to say one thing, yeah?
You're on camera right now. Go for it.
You're going to say one thing, yeah?
Yeah.
People were saying Erling Haaland this, Erling Haaland that, yeah?
Yeah.
Man City in the last 5 games, I think they've had 5 away goals. Erling Haaland had a shot on target in over 188 minutes of football.
You're joking.
He hasn't had a shot on target in that long.
You're joking.
Yeah, that long. He hasn't had a shot on
Bruv, let me chat to you later. You just heard live from Shahan right there. Manchester United are about to be champions of England. Yo, I'll shout at you later, yeah?
Love, man.
Safe, G, safe. Man United, you heard it there from my boy Shahan. Erling Haaland hasn't had a shot in over 100 minutes of football in 5 games for Man City. And people were trying to say he's running away with the Golden Boot. Shout out Harry Kane, he's coming for the Golden Boot. And you know what? We better watch out for Marcus Rashford, you know. Because if he scores 3 hat-tricks in his next 3 games, he's going to come for that Golden Boot as well. Anyway, back to the goal. Sorry, man, sorry. Blood pressure's rising right now. Woo! Let me calm it down a little, yo. All right, the second goal, Marcus Rashford, great finish. And, oh my God, how can I forget? I don't know what happened with this performance today from Luke Shaw. Luke Smith Shaw, Luke John Shaw. Sounds like it's probably his middle name, one of those common names. Luke Shaw. What a performance, especially in the second half. The guy's a left back, let's not forget. Him as centre back, and I'm not even talking about just Haaland. The way he kept Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, who else? Foden, Grealish. The way he defended against them 5-6 in the second half, especially, genuinely, I might give him my man of the match. That was one, and Varane was pretty. Not quiet, just did his thing efficiently today. But usually Varane, you always notice him coming up for the crucial headers, the crucial clearances, the crucial block. Today it was Luke Shaw against supposedly the best attack in Premier League's history, according to some fans. Luke Shaw, unbelievable defensive play. And even the composure on the ball, and we already know from Luke what we're going to get. So composed. And that's why I bring it back to Malacia as well. Very composed on the ball today. I've been a bit critical in the past about how wasteful he is, but I thought on the ball today is very, very good on the ball today. Maybe second half he lost his way a little, but it's understandable. Boy. Oi. It feels good to be a Man United fan right now. All right, that's the positives. I've gotten a bit giddy. I've gotten a bit delirious. I don't even know how I'm going to cope the rest of the week. Let's take it into the negatives, a bit of realism for a sec. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't like saying this, but genuinely, Casemiro kind of scared me a bit today. Because obviously he got the assist for the first goal. But genuinely, especially the first half and throughout the majority of that game, to me, obviously I might be wrong. You lot might disagree. Let me know in the comments. I thought that was a bit shaky from Casemiro. He looked a bit sluggish today. He looked a bit off the pace. He couldn't really cut about the pitch like he usually does. I know he had Fred alongside him, so he didn't necessarily need to. But I feel like when he did try and get himself about, he just looked a bit heavy. And I'm not going to lie. I've obviously, I'm not professional, but when I've played football, I've had some of those days in CDM. And he looked like he had a big breakfast. Did he have curry and rice before he came to the game today? I don't know. I'll leave that to you to decide. But he looked a bit sluggish today. His passing was a bit wayward. Couldn't really get his usual first-time passes going. Couldn't really get it out wide as quick as he wanted to or as accurately as he wanted to. So Casemiro gave me a bit of scare throughout that game. And luckily, we've come away with a win. Otherwise, I think there would have been a lot of scrutiny on him. Other negatives, maybe Martial probably not doing quite enough. Like I said a bit in the positives, if he had Anthony's intensity, Martial would be 10 times a player that Martial currently is right now. And I just need a bit more. And I guess obviously that's why we've got Weghorst for that intensity, for the aggression. And it makes sense, to be honest. And obviously Martial's come off injured today, so that's a slight concern. Another negative is definitely the second half. The way we come out was very concerning. And we've done this in quite a few games. I've said in a few of the match reactions recently as well. In the second, especially in the beginning of games, I feel like more often than not, we don't really come out on top. Today's game in the first half, we did come out on top, I feel like, in the first half. But in the second half, it's just like we came out half asleep. Like, we always get a bit too complacent in games. I don't like that at all. And City could have run away with it the way they were playing in the second half, potentially. If they got that first goal and then got another goal, it could have been very, very scary times. And I take it back to the Casemiro point I made. When City scored that goal, I think the ball got passed into De Bruyne, and it was Casemiro following De Bruyne. Casemiro on form or at his best is cutting that pass out before De Bruyne managed to take a touch. But De Bruyne managed to take a good touch. It was a great touch, to be fair. Took it away from Casemiro, and he ended up creating that yard of space between him and Casemiro, De Bruyne. And he managed to whip in a good cross. And this is what concerns me a little. Jack Grealish gets the header, yeah? I don't think I've ever seen Jack Grealish score a header in my life. And when he went up for that ball, there wasn't a single challenge. I saw Varane's position. I saw he was on the line. So I think that kind of made sense. But AWB was standing there with his hands behind his back. And I was thinking, bro, what are you doing? Why are you not challenging him for that ball? He should have been going for the ball. And this is why the defensive question marks remain over Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because obviously one-to-one defending or making a last-ditch tackle, there's not many better in the world maybe. But just the rest of the defensive side, the reading of the game just isn't quite there. And we shouldn't be letting Jack Grealish score headers, let's be real. I think Haaland was behind him, so maybe he would have got a shot on target, potentially. Who knows? But just a bit slow from the defensive point of view. And we're lucky because even after that, City were applying a lot of pressure on us. And say we conceded another, if they got 2-0 up, it would have been very difficult to come back. Obviously, we have got the 2 goals in the end. But if they went 2-0 up, our heads might have dropped as it has done previously in the past. We might have had PTSD from the last City drubbing. But look, the boys have shown, forget the negatives now. Let's take it back onto a match roundup. The boys have turned it around. We've come back to win 2-1 against this superior Man City team. Apparently, this was our biggest test. And look, maybe for 45 minutes, I think we did very well. For 20 minutes in the second half, or 15, 20 minutes in the second half, I don't think we did that well. The rest of the 15, 20 minutes of the last part of the game, I think we were unbelievable, defensively, attacking-wise. So if this was our first test, who's next? And think about it, yeah? Who would you say was Man City's best player today? Because, sorry, my phone's buzzing off. Who would you say was Man City's best player today? Because I don't think it was De Bruyne. I think he had a few good passes, but I don't really think he influenced the game as much as De Bruyne can. Bernardo Silva was shocking today. I need to know what Man City's fans are thinking about him. Silva was shocking today. Foden was shocking today. Grealish was pretty decent when he come on for them, I think. Like, carried the ball well, won a few fouls, obviously got the goal as well. But genuinely, I think Man City's best player was Rodri. And if you think about it, if your best player today was a CDM, you'd like to think that Man United have really, really quietened their attack. And that's a superstar attack, let's be real. And Man United have completely contained them. And also, quickly, sorry, I just wanted to mention, I thought De Gea, his distribution today was really poor. He's putting us under a lot of pressure. His passes out to the fullback weren't the greatest, but his passes going long and trying to find someone long were abysmal, really. I think most of the time he gave it away. And fair enough, we didn't really have anyone really challenging for it either, which makes his passes look bad. But in general, I think the accuracy and the direction of his passes weren't great. But anyway, back to the United players. Who's your man in the match? I'm struggling. I think I might give to Luke Shaw because that second half performance was immense. Immense. So other than that, maybe Bruno. The first half, I wasn't too convinced with him in the first half, to be honest. He looked a bit lost out on the right-hand side. And I think that was, I don't want to say a mistake by Ten Hag because obviously we've won the game, but I think a slight concern was the way we didn't really attack the our right hand side and City's left, because Cancelo has been on poor form recently, and I think we could have attacked him and got a lot more joy down the right hand side. But yeah, obviously he dropped Anthony, so I understand it, and obviously we understand why Fred and Bruno played. Who do you think Man United's best player today? I'm split between Shaw and Bruno. Maybe even Malacia, to be honest. I thought Malacia was great. Garnacho, unbelievable. Rashford, unbelievable. To be honest, Rashford was pretty quiet most of the game, but in the clinical moments, he's really, really showing up right now. Oh man, it's a joy to be a Man United fan right now, man. I'm going to be smiling for a week, bro. All right. Back to the structure of the video. Looking ahead. We've just beat Man City. And people were saying before the game, if we were to get maybe 7 points out of 9 against Palace, City and Arsenal, yeah, we've just got the first 3. People were saying that if we got 7 out of 9, they'd be delighted. They'd be over the moon. Realistically, we've just beaten the champions of England. Why can't we make it 9 out of 9? We've got Palace away on Wednesday. I'm going to that game, by the way. I'm going to be in with the away fans, the United fans. So I'm going to be going mad. I'm hoping Ten Hag still plays a pretty strong team. I know we've got rest players because we've got Arsenal the week after. But we should be winning that game against Palace. Palace aren't no mugs, but we should be winning that game. And I think we've got a pretty good record at Selhurst Park as well. And then comes to the Arsenal game. And look, we've just beat Man City, the champions of England. And they're 4 or 5 points behind Arsenal. We should definitely be going to the Emirates with full confidence, with the belief, and I'm sure the players do because Ten Hag, I feel like, has instilled that in them, with the belief to think we should, look, we beat them 3-1 at Old Trafford. I genuinely can see another 3-1 win at the Emirates. And obviously, I might have to eat my words for this later, but for now, confidence is on fire right now. The United players, dare I say it, are we coming for 21? Is the title coming back home? Oh my God. Don't let me get gassed this early on a Saturday, please. Please. Are we winning the title? Someone tell me now. Someone go to the future, come back and tell me now. Because I'm going to say an absolute madness to all of you lot on camera. I only started this as a podcast a year ago because things were so shit for us. I had to make a reality check because we just had Radnick and Solskjaer. I made a reality check. 1 year later, are you telling me we're going to win a title? Is that what we're on? Erik Ten Hag, you are a fantastic manager, an unbelievable manager. The way he speaks in a press conference, I can't wait to see what he says after the game. Pep Guardiola, eras do come to an end. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thanks for all your support. Get in the comments. Tell me who was your best Man United player today. Tell me who was your worst Man City player today. And tell me why was it Erling Braut Haaland? He was nothing, bro. Nothing to this Man United defence. And Luke Shaw and Varane and Casemiro and Malacia and AWB. You're telling me he can't score goals against Luke Shaw, AWB and Malacia? Marcus Rashford, MBE. This is Between the Lines podcast. See you on the next one. Peace out.